All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another little post-market analysis. I'm joined by Mr. Haste himself,
Yo.
and today we'll do our regular scheduled programming, right? We'll go over what we did on the day, and then we're going to dive deep into a little bit of ICT study. Today, what are we going to talk about? Monthly recap. What do you have on our building a routine? Today we're going to talk about building a routine. Just a little bit of a personal growth slash, honestly, also on trading too. Can help out a lot. Ooh, that Doge weekly or Doge daily looks decent. Now, new monthly open. Oh yeah, it's like, yeah. Let's look at everything in terms of that analysis. Okay, so let's go on our 5 minute. What do we do today? Let's look Asian session, London session, right? Let's pull up our daily plan, wherever that is, wandering around right here. Our daily plan based on London and Asian session. All right, so what do? Does this look a little familiar of what we did today? Asian range, London expansion, a little bit to the downside, and New York range, right? Manipulate down, continue up. Cool. So that's there. Keep that in mind. We see this morning on the stream, we said, okay, let's first of all, right? We said, okay, let's look at the 4-hour chart. This was the 4-hour range. Previous candle, I've mentioned this on stream before. I said, okay, if we keep rejecting that 618-705 level on our 4-hour range, that's like pretty much that London 4-hour candle, then we can look for this level to get hit. And that's exactly what happened, right? We outlined, not this, this was a little bit, we outlined that, right? Did exactly what we wanted to. Came down, took this liquidity. We could not hold below it. And then we continued right up. Nice into the new monthly. We'll take it. What do we have? I'll get rid of some of these things. Keep my chart nice and clean. All right. So make sure you're always watching that 4-hour candle. We also wanted to kind of see a little bit of a retrace into the 50%, which we didn't quite get. But as we always talk about, you see this level held right there, the close of that previous candle. So that was phenomenal. So we know that on the 5-minute or on the 4-hour, even just going based off of the higher time frame, we took some shorts. We took them on that retrace, a 930 retrace back up right into here. We mentioned in our Discord, we said, okay, this 15-minute candle can go open high, and then we can get a low close right there on it. That's exactly what we did. Phenomenal, right? We came into this little, not OTE, but a retest of the level that we broke out of. Came into it, tapped it, sold back down right to our level. That was a solid trade. All right, so let me see. Then move all of this stuff. So, okay, so then we are looking for displacement above that level, which actually, let me delete that one. Nope, not that one. I need to get rid of that one. That one I don't care about. What else do we have? Horizontal line, that's appropriate. A trend line, that top, those equal highs in that. Let me move that into our Monday journal. Monday journal right there. So slowly cover previous week's trades that we did last week. So right over here, we came down. We started to put in this wick on the hourly. We saw, okay, well, we still have those equal highs up above. We had a little gap down. So, all right, we could possibly be looking for a little gap fill. We dropped down to the 1 minute over here. What do we have right there? We have a nice little order block that formed, right? Something that we have discussed in the month of March. what do? Came into this order block and started to pump back up, right? We took some sells right here, and that was honestly my trade. I just took it off, and I took some shorts over here on that OTE. I didn't trade anything else, although we did have a nice 5-minute unicorn. That's where we come into a breaker and where we bounce breaker fair value gap, right? So we had a fair value gap right here, right? Why is it fair value gap? Because look at this range, right? If we take this range right here, that is in discount. That is below 50%. So retrace into that. We tap this breaker and fair value gap, and then from there, we got clear skies, right? We got those equal highs. We got that weekly fill. Awesome. We got that. We can even, let me see, where is this? I'll put that into Monday. Put that away. So right there, that fair value gap we just discussed. All right, what else could we be looking for? Come up this order block too. So then, okay, well, if you missed that entry and you missed this entry, we also had a silver bullet right here. Cool. You can take that right back up. All right, 5-minute fair value gap. This one didn't really count as our draw on liquidity was up top. We still had those equal highs from all the way over here. And then Asian session, and obviously top of Asia, we could also draw a little manipulation leg, I'm sure, on this candle right here. See where that goes into. That gives us -4. Look at that. Perfect little top. Smack that. Then the shorts that we took were based off of the range that we have created. So we rejected the 705 of that range, came into the OTE of this range, or pretty much OTE, which was into discount of this range, and then continued up from there. So that was phenomenal. All right, boom. What do we got over here? This little range we were still looking for some downside. Oh, that was that 15-minute golden pocket. So you can see how we cleared that 15-minute golden pocket and just started to run back up. So that was good too. Something to keep note of. And our little Timmy candle from all the way back when held nicely. So that's that. Pretty good. Cool. So let's see what we can keep on continuing doing here. Also want to take a look at, let's go over our previous week's examples, or what we did previous week. So Monday, so previous week's trades, because we didn't do that on Saturday or Sunday. Previous week trades. What do we have? Wednesday journal. The journal, that was like a couple Wednesdays ago. Monday journal. Okay. Cool. Right, Monday journal, what did we do? We took this range. That was at the OTE of this range. We swept that level, 930 Judas. Price rejected, price retrace into the OTE of the range. NLB from the previous range setting up over here. Retrace over here, and then continued up. Right, that was that Monday journal. Let's continue up. We always want to review, and that's that kind of bleeds into a little bit of what we will discuss later in terms of Tuesday journal. In terms of building those, building a routine. So get into a habit of always reviewing your trades at the end of the week and kind of starting to journal them, because that will help you learn from just like analyzing the market while it's happening, right? Reviewing what has happened in the past can help you analyze of what actually happened or what is happening in front of you in the current moment. And that's also applicable to any life situation, right? If you've had some sort of experience in the past, you can always look back at it and be like, well, okay, something similar is happening right now and I don't really like it, so I'm going to exit the situation, right? Very similar, very applicable. Trading and life go hand in hand, honestly, for anyone. that hasn't traded or hasn't gone through life stuff. So over here, what do we have? We retraced again into the 618 over here of that range created. Retraced 618, bounced out of there, swept this liquidity, continued up. Over here, we got that order block, bounced on OTE over here. OTE plus order block, continuation up. See exhaustion on buy side and price wanting to retrace into the range, right? That happened during the macro time, something that we've discussed as well, right? Little M building out, retrace into here, and then bounce on our OTE, continue up. That was that Tuesday journal. What do we do on Wednesday? Had a lot of downside over here, downside potential. Timmy zone up top, all right? This was Wednesday. We pumped on nothing. We still had a gap below. So what do we do right here at open? What is this? 9:15, 9:30. Kind of came down, held this little liquidity, retraced back up into fair value gap, and also the 15-minute range, right? 786. This was on the day before we discussed that 15-minute range OTE. So that's exactly what we did over here. We retraced into it, and then sold back down with our downside target being outlined to see all of these levels just getting smacked. All right, so that was beautiful. Then we go into Thursday. A little bit of a range. We said, okay, we can see a little SND on the day. Outlined that on the morning stream. Then over here, right, this was something that we discussed during our journaling session of the class. It's like, okay, price displaced FEG over here, made it an IFEG. You can see how price was holding below it and could not get above. And we also had targets to the downside, right? Okay, so we displaced this. 9:30 open comes into it, continues down. We take out those targets. Similar thing that we did today, right? Very, very similar in terms of how we sold down, then formed a little order block on the 1 minute, came down into the order block, and then continued up. And also, I'm pretty sure over here is when we swept that previous hourly and previous day low. And we're holding up above it, and we still had stuff up top. So then we go up top, right? Let's get rid of this slowly but surely. Just kind of clean it up. Over here, we had that OTE. So we came into OTE, bounced over here on it. Over here again, macro. Same thing that we did on Wednesday, on the day before. OTE during macro, had a small little order block on the 1 minute. Came into it, tapped it, started to sell back down, taking this liquidity. Over here, we see a little retrace into the range. Another order block over here on the 5 minute. Sold back down. Friday was probably one of the most beautiful days we've had. Retrace into OB again, right? Those order blocks are really, really something. We had a fair value gap right here that we kept on wicking into. Displace that. Continuation down. Close up that gap. Previous weekly low taken. Beautiful. So what do we do from here? Right? New monthly candle has just opened up. So let's take a gander of what we could do. Let's look at our price chart over here. Ooh, that daily wick honestly does not look too bad. Dang.
I like how he closed back up in the range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that daily wick is really something. New weekly, another outside week, back-to-back outside weeks.
Yeah,
Monthly. Yeah. The only thing is that's just the me thing, but would want a previous monthly retest before we think about, retracing this whole range back up. Obviously it doesn't have to happen, but just from a price action perspective, that's what we would love to see. Let's look at US 100.
Couldn't we, on this new monthly open, run that buy side up into actual premium now for the first half of this month, and then spill out the second half?
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. Like an open high, low close monthly.
Yep,
That'd be solid.
And then everyone will forget that we're still high time frame bearish.
Mm-hmm. So a US 100 doesn't look terrible because we tapped into this fair value gap, right? Almost to the 705 of that range. 618, we're still holding that. You can see how well we held it here, here, here. So we could come up. Honestly, I wouldn't hate it if we came up into this level right here, fill this volume imbalance up above. Fill this volume imbalance up above like this, something like that, and then continue down, right? That's something we can look for on that. I do. Yeah. But overall, I mean, this weekly, so far this weekly is looking decent for more upside. Could even come back into here, this order block, right? Or this breaker block. Come into that. See where we are at on that for. Let's see, weekly. Let's make that one of our levels. Daily. That level is important. See, this is outlined up top. See, weekly. So yeah, like that right there. This 19.8550 wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind that for upside. Downside price targets 4 hour. Downside, honestly, that level is important. Keep this one. Yeah, keep that one in mind still too, just because of that bottom. So we can come back, retest that possibly if we continue down. If anything, let's look for 50% of this, right? This daily wick to hold. Let me make it that CE. So that's if anything, right? So, but as long as we're above that Sunday open, I think we have pretty clear skies to, at least for a bit of a retrace into that whole giant range that we just made. So keep an eye on those levels. So like OTE right here, those 618s. Yeah, that 705 lines up pretty well with that red one. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much have those levels. All of these are going to be important. Like this one, because that change of character right here, you can retrace into it. Either check over here, continue down, but watch out for this level. Honestly, pretty. Those monthly opens is honestly, it's better for them to just like take it day to day. Don't try to predict or jump the gun or anything. Considering we got NFP as well. If we get above this previous daily open, I can see a good continuation up.
Yeah, it's a new quarterly open.
Oh God! Oh shit! What is our? That's a 3 month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
notable.
Boy. Mm-hmm. How about we come up, retest this?
Yep, just gonna say that.
Like this. All right, that would be what we look for on the weekly. That's top over here. Yeah, that's this level right there. Let's mark that as an OB. Yeah, that would line up. Like even if we retraced a little bit into it, now this volume imbalance is already good. Yeah, I would not hate it. That's almost 50% of that wick too. So I like it.
Me too.
I like it. I love it. Yeah, that lines up pretty well with everything that we have for upside. This volume bounce would get filled. This fair value would get tapped. So that's a solid one. It's a very solid one. Let me get rid of these. Let me do 3 months on here. Which these are not going to be that accurate. But I mean, we already pretty much have that. Okay, cool. Let me just mark that. Rejection. Weekly, daily, top of that. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking solid. I like it. I like all of those for upside. That's a little outlook that we have for our tops, for our bottoms. This is actually good right here. Consolidation, right? We don't reverse from consolidations, but what do we have? We had a consolidation, expansion, and then reversal from it. Right? So this could be a decent reversal. For at least short term, right? Like this is on the hourly time frame. This is not our daily time frame, right? Daily time frame, we still haven't had anything of significance. Although this, you could take this as consolidation, manipulation, expansion. But for us to get to be bullish again, we would want to be above that previous weekly high, in my opinion, for a higher time frame. But let's keep everything on watch. Let's see how the night session plays out tomorrow. We have a bit of news. We got ISM PMI, I think at 7:45, and then Jolts at 8 a.m. These are Mountain Time, so Eastern Time is going to be plus 2 hours. So 9:45, 50 minutes into open news, and then 30 minutes into open news. So just stay vigilant. Push it, whatever. Side on the, whatever, it's like on the side of caution, something on the side of caution. Fucking don't remember today. But with that, Doge looks decent for longs. I don't hate it.
Thank you.
I don't hate it from here. I mean, if those liquidities, that 4 hour looking good. That daily's also looking fucking solid too. Might try some.
Oh my god, thank you.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. I randomly pulled the winners and the tweet is scheduled to go out in 12 minutes from now.
Ooh. Let's see. I'll take a Doge long with a stop loss at the bottom of this.
We are saved.
We are saved. Yeah, I don't fucking hate it. Honestly, I don't hate these. 50% of this wick at least to retrace up.
I was looking, it's not the prettiest thing, but like looking at the weekly, it's not gonna be the prettiest thing basing out of this OTE.
Yeah. Only thing is monthly. That's the only thing that that's concerning. So like weekly, daily, we can be short term bullish at least to 50% of this wick. From there, it's a decision, that we don't have a say in.
Yep. We play what we get.
Exactly. Get what you get, and you don't throw a fib or a fib. We'll market insight for you. Always throw a fib on your charts, guys. Always throw a fib. Don't throw a fit, but throw a fib instead. In terms of what do we got for today? Covering monthly building routine wise, pre-market analysis. That is what we always do. That's why we do those streams, to kind of get you guys in the habit of doing a pre-market analysis and just going through a checklist of, this is why we have this daily plan, right? Of going, okay, well, what did Asia session do? What did London session do? Okay, then from there, I can gauge a little bit of what the New York session can do. All right, okay, what levels are we taking out? What levels are we holding? How are we interacting with each one of these levels? That is something that we always want to take note of and build consistency, right? Without consistency, you're not going to have a routine. So get in the habit of like, okay, every morning, at least before I take my first trade, I want to analyze of what the market can do and the levels that I have for upside, downside, and give yourself that outline of the if then plan. Right? That is exactly what we do each morning. We're like, okay, if this level breaks, then we can continue up. If it breaks and holds with displacement, then we continue up. If it's not holding and we're just sending wicks up above it, then we're most likely going to come down. So, okay, well, what do we have to the downside, right? Where can we bounce if we are potentially bullish? So, okay, let's say, okay, well, we can bounce over here. So let's watch that level. If we come down and hold it, then we can continue up, right? That gives us confirmation that our bullish structure is now holding. If not, then all right, what's our next level to the downside? We said 50% of this over here. Okay, so I'm looking for this next. If I'm still bullish, then I'm looking for this to hold, right? If this does not hold, then okay, I'm now looking for the bottom of this for us to take out the bottom of that monthly range. But for now, right, we said we're looking for that upside, watching for the reaction on our level up top over here. To see, this is like a very long-term outlook in terms of like a monthly outlook almost, right? That's where we can possibly come up to and see what we do from there. All of these levels are relevant, right? We can see how well we have held them on the monthly and daily, right? That's why we're not getting, honestly, I could probably get rid of this one. Trying to think. Bottom of that one. Did see some nice reactions. This one is more, I'm liking this one more. If anything, let's maybe move this one to here, like that, right? Because that's our volume balance right there, so we can see what happens there. Don't want to overcrowd, and that gives us more of a range from this to this, right? That was our big range over here, right? We kept on going top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. I think that was our previous weekly to like Sunday open. So let's see what happens from there. I mean, honestly, that's a short and sweet little stream tonight as well. I know Mr. Hayes got to run off as well. And I got to finish up some reading as well for a 365-day routine building contest. If you guys want to join at any point, let me know. I'll send you guys the daily tasks that I do for everything. And with that, I will say one of the biggest things that, or like why people fail to stick to their routine, because they overload themselves, right? Pick out 5 critical tasks that you want to get done on the day and stick to it for at least 20 days, right? 20 days, that's when you kind of start getting into the habit. 60 days is when your habit is locked in. That's when you're like, okay, well, I fucking wake up, I know exactly what I need to do. Those first 20 days, you want to be writing down exactly what you want to get done on that day to a T. And like, if you don't get it done, don't hate yourself, right? Because over the course of the year, you can look back at your journal or look back at whatever and be like, okay, well, I know I failed probably let's say, I don't know, 30 days you like failed combined all throughout the whole year. So it's like, what? Well, that's only 11 out of 12. That's still 90%, right? 11 months you won. So take it as that, right? It's each day you got to show up and do your best. Your best is going to look different on every day, but try to get as much shit done as you can. Or as much shit done as you can in terms of get those critical tasks done first and then go do your thing. Back in my old world, we used to have a saying is that kind of get your things done. Oh, coffee, fucking dry throat starting to fucking hit. But it basically says do your task and then you can go play. So that's what you should be doing, right? If you're planning on going out with your buddies later on to go watch some stupid fucking sport, do your shit first. And then and then you can go play with your friends, right? Get the things done that are going to drive you forward and then you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Other than that, the winners are chosen. So that was our probably last giveaway for a little while. So if you didn't get a chance to enter, you can still check out our website, papertraders.io. You'll get a nice little discount for your first month. So check that out. Hayes got a website. I have a website now built out too. Both of those just link us back to Paper Traders. But if you guys need any website development, make sure you follow Mr. Hayes Beats on Twitter. Just at Hayes Beats on Twitter, not Mr. Hayes Beats. Make sure you follow him. Hit his DMs. He'll help you set up your website, your Discord, whatever you need to do. He'll help you out. Like we talked about that little journal Discord, right? Easy. This guy got you. Follow Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter and follow Rusty Thracian. Wow, we're like nearing the time where my throat's about to just give out.
I love how you do it to yourself every day.
I know. it's
We all make choices.
This is perfect for routine building, right? This is my routine. Drink a bunch of fucking coffee at night and start getting dry throat 30 minutes into the live stream. Consistency is key, guys. Consistency is key.
This is unbelievable.
Anyways, if you guys are new to our stuff, make sure you check out our website. Over there, you can scroll down. You can see the calendar for the upcoming live streams. You can also check out the previous streams. We now have it linked directly to our YouTube, to the live sections or live sessions. No, yeah, I was right. Live section on YouTube to the live sessions that we have done in the past. So check those out. Rewatch them. They're nice and quick, 30 minutes out of your day while you're getting ready for bed or whatever you're doing. Drink a cup of coffee, watch the stream, enjoy yourself, learn a little bit. If you guys did learn something from today's stream, give it a like, give it a little share. Always appreciate your support. Other than that, that's all I have for today. Shane, do you have anything?
Pretty much just what I said last night. Be careful with these high time frame opens, and like what Eddie said before, just don't go diving into week out option plays based off an hourly chart or something, because we have the high time frame above us.
Mm-hmm. We're
Tread carefully.
We're in the middle of this previous monthly range, so want to play it very carefully. On that, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We shall see ya tomorrow morning.